Bukannya Vina itu kata tulangnya keluar.
Kesimpulan sementara bahwa kejadian ini adalah kecelakaan tunggal karena tidak melihat.
The excitement surrounding the upcoming film centered around the mysterious figure known as Vina has grown into one of the most talked about topics among fans who crave emotionally rich stories wrapped in layers of suspense, myth, and personal transformation. Every new conversation, leak, or whisper about the film adds another spark to the anticipation because Vina is not just another cinematic character, she is a symbol of secrets buried beneath centuries of forgotten lore, a character who walks between the familiar and the uncanny, the vulnerable and the powerful. As audiences try to piece together what this movie will bring, the atmosphere around it feels almost electric, carrying a sense of unpredictability that has made people eager to experience the world being built around her name. The story promises to deliver a journey where the supernatural collides with raw human emotion, and the people behind the movie have continued shaping it into something that feels both intimate and grand. The central idea that has captivated fans is the way Vina's story blends elements of ancient mythology with modern-day challenges, as if two eras are being woven together through her struggles. Early descriptions hint that she is not entirely aware of her own origins, and the film explores how she slowly uncovers abilities that defy logic, abilities that feel like remnants of a lineage long forgotten. The updates surrounding the movie suggest that the creative team wanted to portray her strength not just through action but through emotional depth, letting audiences see how difficult it is for someone to carry powers she never asked for. Much of the buzz also revolves around the sense of duality built into her character, half human, half legend, trapped between a destiny she does not understand and a reality trying to pull her away from everything she once believed. This combination has made fans even more intrigued as the movie seems to promise a different kind of hero's journey. As news drifts in about the atmosphere of the film, people are especially fascinated by the way the world around Vina is being crafted. The filmmakers appear to be building an environment where the natural world holds hidden dangers and unspoken truths. Forests are no longer simple landscapes but gateways to forgotten histories. Abandoned temples appear not as ruins but as warnings carved into stone. Towns are filled with individuals who either fear Vina or worship her without understanding who she is. These elements create a haunting yet beautiful backdrop that elevates the mystery of her origins. Instead of leaning on massive cityscapes or overly flashy environments, the film seems to find its power in quiet places, where shadows tell stories and wind carries whispers. Fans expect this aesthetic to create a memorable ambiance that feels timeless, grounding the supernatural elements in something earthy and real. Beyond the world building, people are also intrigued by the emotional relationships at the center of the story. Early hints suggest that Vina's journey is not something she undertakes alone. She forms connections with those who either guide her, challenge her, or unknowingly push her further into her destiny. One of the most talked about elements in recent discussions is the dynamic between Vina and a mysterious wanderer who seems to understand her powers better than she does. Their interactions appear to be filled with tension, trust issues, and growing respect, adding a beautifully complex layer to the narrative. There is also a recurring mention of a young child who follows Vina out of admiration, seeing her not as a threat but as a protector sent from the old world. The contrasting relationships reflect Vina's internal struggle caught between being feared, revered, loved, and misunderstood. Another major point of discussion comes from the movie's thematic direction, as fans speculate about the deeper messages hidden within the plot. Many believe the film will explore the question of identity, how someone discovers who they truly are when the world insists on shaping them into something else. Vina's journey seems to symbolize the experience of being torn between expectation and truth, burden and freedom. There's also an undercurrent of commentary about lost cultures and ancient knowledge, with the narrative suggesting that history does not disappear, it simply waits for someone to unearth it. These philosophical layers give the movie an added depth that viewers are already appreciating, even before its release. It's shaping up to be more than a story about powers. It's a reflection on what it means to carry the past while fighting. For the future, much of the speculation has also revolved around the antagonistic force lurking within Vina's world. The updates imply that the primary threat she faces is not a typical villain but something far older, something tied to the same ancient roots from which her abilities come. This opposing entity is believed to be a guardian or spirit that has shifted from protector to destroyer after centuries of imbalance. This concept makes the conflict feel more intimate, as if Vina's fight is not against an external enemy but against the very history that shaped her. Fans expect the film to explore how she confronts this dark force, not only through physical struggle but through the emotional turmoil of understanding a legacy she never asked for. The idea that the antagonist may mirror her own power adds a layer of psychological depth to the movie's tension. While specifics of the film's progression remain intentionally vague, people are captivated by the idea that Vina's journey unfolds in stages, each revealing another part of the truth she has been shielded from. Early sections of the film appear to focus on her ordinary life before everything begins to unravel. Moments of calm, hints of strange visions, and rapidly intensifying emotions that suggest something awakening inside her. As the story moves forward, the environment shifts from familiar places into uncharted territories, old forests, hidden shrines, and long-forgotten lands that hold the answers she seeks. The middle of the film is said to represent Vina's greatest internal struggle, where she must confront not only the ancient force pursuing her but the parts of herself she has always feared. The final act, though shrouded in secrecy, is expected to bring a massive emotional and mythological climax, blending revelations with sacrifice, growth, and empowerment. One of the most appealing aspects causing excitement is the tone of the film, which seems to balance emotion with mystery, danger with hope, and action with introspection. Rather than relying solely on spectacle, the movie seems determined to present a story where every moment carries emotional significance. Even the action scenes are rumored to be grounded in character development, focusing on how Vina uses her abilities not as a weapon of dominance but as a tool of survival and understanding. This approach sets the movie apart from the typical supernatural or fantasy adventure formats, giving it a unique personality that feels refreshing. Fans believe this combination will make the movie compelling for audiences who prefer stories that feel meaningful, complex, and thoughtful. The music and soundscape of the film have also become noteworthy topics among fans dissecting every update they hear. People expect the soundtrack to blend haunting melodies with energetic rhythms, creating an atmosphere that mirrors Vina's emotional state throughout the film. Whispers, echoes, ancient chants, and earthy instruments are rumored to play a significant role, giving the movie a sound that feels both modern and ancient at the same time. Even the quieter scenes are expected to use sound design to highlight tension, fear, or wonder, adding depth to the overall experience. This attention to auditory detail is one of the reasons fans believe the movie will deliver a fully immersive world. The cinematography has also been a recurring point in discussions, as the visuals are said to lean heavily into natural beauty, contrasting serene landscapes with eerie shadows. Vast valleys, towering cliffs, moonlit forests, and fog-covered ruins are some of the images fans expect to see. Instead of overwhelming viewers with digital environments, the movie seems to find its power in capturing the raw, emotional spirit of nature. Every landscape becomes a character itself, reflecting Vina's shifting emotions and unraveling destiny. This approach promises a visually poetic experience that matches the film's emotional and mythological depth. As the buzz grows, people are already predicting that the movie will spark conversations long after its release. Many believe it will become a symbolic story about empowerment, transformation, and embracing one's true identity even when the world tries to shape it differently. The film's blend of mythology, emotion, and personal discovery gives it the potential to stand out not only as an entertaining story but as an impactful one. Fans are convinced that Vina's journey will resonate with audiences who appreciate stories that challenge the limits of imagination while still grounding their meaning in universal human experiences. The anticipation continues to grow as more people join the discussions, share their theories, and express their excitement for a movie that feels both fresh and timeless. The whispers surrounding its development, the emotional layers built into its narrative, and the powerful themes waiting to unfold have all contributed to the sense that Vina will not be just another film, it will be an experience, a journey into forgotten worlds, a confrontation with ancient truth, and above all, the awakening of someone destined to challenge everything she once knew.